Check it out, y'all. It's the Kid Stranger, repping El Imperio Records, El Imperio TV. You know, this podcast is really starting to like this podcast thing. And, we're about to tune in. We got Ambush at Joven Lavoe. He's going to be joining us real soon. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everyone that's been tuning in from the very beginning, from episode number 1. You know what I'm saying? Just in case y'all don't know, I go by the name of Stranger, rep El Imperio Records, from Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, about in a couple minutes, we're gonna see what's up. We're gonna tune in with Ambush at Joven Lavoe. And I mean, if y'all got any questions, just send them over. Just send them over. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know of any dope artists that we can interview, we could definitely do that too. We can set something up. I got a lot of big things coming up, so it's gonna be definitely a dope look. And let's get right to it. Let's see if Ambush is ready. What's up? Let's see if he gonna log in, tune in. Quick chopping it up. You already know. We got a couple big names coming up. We got Alvarado Sauce coming up. Chris Jeebus. Yeah, a couple familiar faces coming up too. We just had Nemesis from ACP, Cali RP from New York, now in the Bay Area in California. So we working, y'all. Yo, Ambush, where you at? Let me see. Let's go live with Ambush. Yo!
Yo, what's going on?
What's happening, my bro? I lost you there for a second. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I got you.
Give me a second. Give me a few.
No doubt. Yo, so for y'all that are gonna be tuning in, y'all tuned in right now, are gonna watch later on. Make sure y'all catch Pope Francis on YouTube, Crazy G featuring Stranger. We got a whole bunch of other
Yes, sir.
records.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Ambush?
Ain't nothing, man. What's up with you, my brother? Talk to me.
Chilling, man. I'm not sure if you been following what I've been doing, but I started this podcast. Well, I mean, and out of New York, I had already started it, initiated it. You know, I did a few interviews where I interviewed Reverie, Spanky Loco, ACP, Don Diablo, Il Máscaras, the dudes from ENK, couple of the dudes I interviewed out in New York, but now that I'm out here in the Midwest, now I did it. You know what I'm saying? I got it popping off out here, and I'm just touching base back home. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely
Hey, man,
some
I
light.
feel you.
There's definitely some light that
This is
needs to
actually
be.
new.
What happened?
This is actually news to me. First and foremost, I didn't know you was all the way in the Midwest, and for whatever reason, I thought this was actually straight from Brooklyn. But now you're telling me you're in the Midwest. You know why actually kind of got it when uh, when you told me the time. I was like, okay, he's not around.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I didn't know you have this project, man. Congratulations. You always an innovator, man. Congratulations, man.
Word, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate that,
Great,
man.
man. Good. And first and foremost, thanks for the invitation, man. I'm honored to be being part of your platform right now, man. Being your podcast, man. Thanks for the invitation, man.
Yeah, man. You already know. You already know. I always like to pay respect, you know what I'm saying, to those that I find dope. So, um, well, first and foremost, if you can introduce yourself to the people that maybe not watching right now, but that are gonna catch it on later when it gets on YouTube. Introduce yourself. State your name, where you from, and what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Well, for those that don't know me, I go by the name of Isaac Flores, aka Ambush, el Joven Lavoe, straight up from NY, específicamente hablando from the BX, Boogie Down Bronx, man. And uh,
Uh,
I like to believe uh, that I do Spanish hip hop, or that I'm nice doing Spanish hip hop. And
yeah,
I don't like to. I mean, I don't mean to sound conceited or arrogant or nothing like that, but I'm one of unique on my on on the things that I do, man.
yeah. No, I think a lot of people would be able to agree with you. One of the things that honestly, because I remember seeing you very early in the game when I first jumped into the hip hop scene, the underground hip hop scene in New York. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when I first came out with my team, and I believe you were part of a group, right? Called Los Leones.
Right, right. I was. That's 10 years plus now, man. Now I
Yeah, man. That's
was part of a crew called Los Leones, man, and before Los Leones, I was a solo artist, but one of the main reasons and one of the main things that gave us a buzz was being in that crew, Los Leones. We I don't know if you remember, but we met a little buzz here back in the days.
yeah. I remember my team and we would show up to one specific event that we showed up to. I believe it was DJ Kalula that had done the event, and I remember we showed up with the team, and and I remember seeing y'all perform. Y'all did y'all thing, and then and I believe we performed right after y'all, I think, or something like that. So I remember that night of seeing, you know what I'm saying, like you was with your crew. That's where I for the first time I saw MC Joha, right?
Right?
Shout out to
It
MC
was
Joha. Yeah, to
for
King Capo, which I'm
right.
not sure. I don't think he was going by King Capo at that time, right?
No, King Capo was part of the Los Leones, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying he went by that name like at that point also.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't. And then for yourself, I've always known you as Ambush at Joven Lavoe. So I'm, you know what I'm saying. And
Right.
I peeped out your catalog too, on Spotify, and you got a lot of material.
I do, man. I do. A lot of people doesn't know that, man. But yeah, being around, bro, I have a lot of material, man.
A lot of material. Talk to us about the Get Me For Lucy's EP. Like how did that whole
Oh,
project? What inspired it? And like yeah, like well, let's start off with that. Like, what inspired that whole project?
well, Get Me For Loses, that's actually what it's new for a lot of people, but it's actually all for myself. But I decided to put it together and just give it to the streets.
Yeah.
But For Loses was an EP that it was made. This is the story with For Loses. For Loses was supposed to come out on February, no, on April of 2020.
Okay.
But you,
This is
but you know,
post COVID.
But you know what happened in March of that year?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So it was like on some, excuse my French. I was like, so what am I supposed to do right now? Like the whole thing was just to come out with this EP and you know, go to events and just trying to promote my shit. I don't know if you noticed that, and that project I had, it, came- it was supposed to be a surprise for everybody because I wanted to do something short but strong. As you can see, the concept it's for Lucy's, and whoever's from. This is for people that doesn't know, people that doesn't live in New York. Um, Lucy's is something that we call los singles, los cigarrillos sueltos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the reason the reasons why I don't know if you've seen the cover, which is like simulating a pack of cigarettes with four
Yeah,
Lucy's. So the whole thing or the whole idea about it was to call it four Lucy's because I wanted to come out with a an EP with four tracks.
yeah, yeah,
So it's like
yeah,
when you go to the bodega or when you catch the Habibis, yo, let me get four Lucy's that you just got four to go, man, and you just gonna put it in your headphones and let me listen to that shit. Let me go to work. Or let me go to
yeah,
the gym. Let me put that four Lucy's over there.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know if you noticed that in that particular EP, there was two tracks which is Música Sucia and 20 Till that they actually has videos. So
Yeah, yeah.
the whole concept was to come out with an EP called Four Lucy's. All the tracks in the album or the EP was supposed to have videos. I just actually had two videos on it, and which was Música Sucia and ended up doing 22. But I kind of postponed it, man. I was like, I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna put this shit out. Let me just put the video out and and I was like, I said, let me just anyways give it to the people, and I just put it together and I just dropped it, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what's one thing from an artist perspective that I noticed that we look at like our music, like even though it's old to us, because it's old to us, we'll hesitate to release it because it's almost like a wave, you know what I'm saying? So it's like once that wave already passed, like you're already like not even feeling those old records, like you're already onto the newer things that you're recording. So you kind of say like nah, I don't even want to put this shit out no more because it's already old to me. But
Right,
which I myself and the team, like we've done that same mistake also, right? Where we were just like like nah, we can't put this shit out no more, like it's old. But what I've kind of came to learn is that although it's old to us, it's new to like a shitload of people still.
brand new. I actually learned that with time. My belief. I know it was new for a lot of people, but still, like sometimes you just don't feel 100%, and
Yeah.
you just don't want to drop shit. And I was like, I said, you know what am I doing? This was something that it was supposed to come out. Let me just drop it. And hey, salute to HSP, la verdad, man. Eh, están en sintonía ahora. That's New York Legends, man. Salute, man. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, yeah, we just had Nemesis on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think on Sunday we had Nemesis. So that's another
Oh,
dope
man.
episode that he you know what I'm saying? He was telling us talking to us about the making of La Verdad of that record.
Right.
So there's a whole story to that shit, which is hella dope. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast, right? Is because um, a lot of times people see like a finished product, like a finished record, finished music video, right? But they don't see what us as artists like for example, if right now if you don't tell us that Get Me For Lucy's EP came out or you had finished it, plan to release it post COVID, we wouldn't have known that. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have known, and that's what I like to focus on with the podcast, like and that's one of the reasons why I titled it Where Hip Hop Has No Borders, because I don't want us to just be boxed in with just straight hip hop. Like we have a backstory, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit that happens behind the scenes that people don't really focus on. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like the backstory, certain records like the 20 Till. Talk to us about that. How did that record come about?
Well, the first single on Get Me for Losers was actually Música Sucia. Um, when I first recorded that track, it was actually on Dr. Manhattan Studio. That's one of my dudes, one of the producers and engineers I'm close with and work here in New York.
Yeah,
So at that particular time, I got to meet this producer from Spain, which was supposed to do the mix and master of Música Sucia for the first time. And
yeah.
that was actually in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. It was like around October. So I got in contact with this legend from Spain, man. He's actually a producer, but he's an MC as well. His name is Raika. He's from a legendary crew called uh, uh, Hablando en Plata in Spain. They
Okay.
huge, or they used to be really, really huge back in Spain, and talking about early 2000s. And when I'm telling you that these people were huge, they were huge. So he actually, I met it through somebody that I know, and he actually mixed and mastered Música Sucia. He actually heard Música Sucia. He was actually interested in working with me, and he actually was like, okay, man, me gusta lo que tú haces, me gustaría saber si te gustaría montarte en uno de mis instrumentos. Meanwhile, I'm like on some this dude that it's in a group called Hablando en Plata that I know that these dudes, I mean, back in the days, they used to fill up stages and shows. Like I'm talking about 20, 30,000 people, man. When I'm seeing this dude telling me that he likes what I do, man, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes it's not, sometimes you just, well, it kind of surprised me because it came from a legend. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, yo, of course, man. I mean, I know about you. So he
yeah,
actually sent me like a few beats, and it was 22, which the name wasn't 22,
yeah,
but you can find out why I named it 22 because he actually took the sample of 93 till,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and I was like, so you know what? Let me just pay homage to the far side instead of call it 23 93 till the remix since since he's about to be the year 2020. I'm gonna call him 22.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we actually got together, man. Not got together because you know how it is right now. I mean, he was all over in Spain, so he sent me the tracks, and no lie, man. If I'm telling you that when I finished that track, like no lie, sin exageramiento, probably like no more than 15 minutes, man. I sit down and you know why? Because I think you know when you connect with people, especially people from your era, and that particular track, 93 Till, ever since I was Kid Cole, man, like I always felt that track for some reason. That's like a hell of a record, man. That's a legendary record.
Yeah, yeah.
So when he presented this beat to me and I heard the sample, I was like, you know I gotta bless this thing right here.
Yeah.
Y bueno, el resto es historia. Ahí terminé haciendo lo que fue 20 Till, and that's the story with that record.
That's dope, man. That's dope. And okay, so now jumping off a little bit off of that project, right? You got this other project, El Poeta de los MCs Mudos.
El Poeta de los MCs Mudo, yeah. That came out in 2017, actually.
Now, the title, it caught my attention. Like what inspired that title for that album?
Well, I don't know if you remember or let me refresh your memory because probably you do remember uh, around that time. Spanish hip hop, not only Spanish hip hop, but hip hop, rap music in general was making a transition. I don't know if you know, if you notice that every certain times hip hop always makes a transition and it's kind of lost. At that particular time, at least in the English market, whoever was popping was Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. They were in heavy rotation. But
Okay.
that's actually when the mumble rap started like to emerge.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, so here in New York, as you can, um, I always like to call our system, and when I say our system, is like your crew, my crew, or el movimiento en español en el cual nosotros nos movíamos, which is the underground Spanish hip hop in New York.
Yeah.
We like an elite, we like an elite league, if you can call it, because when it comes to other nationalities, they always jump on the wagon, so they always want to do. So that's when they started in Spanish. We also had a transition, but nobody was seeing that. So our era, we were still rapping, but the new generation will start doing mumble rap in Spanish.
Okay. 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 Okay.
So that's the inspiration of the title. I was a canción El Poeta de los MCs Mudos, because if you listen to that intro, they actually ambush. So why you decided to call your album El Poeta de los MCs Mudos? Porque hay muchos rapeando, porque hay muchos rapeando, pero pocos están diciendo, pero están diciendo nada.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
particular time, mumble rap, it was a lot of rapping, but there wasn't really saying shit.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I was kind of thinking like it was gonna go somewhere along those lines, but I wanted to hear it for sure. You know what I'm saying? For it to be confirmed, like what where the title came from. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually
Um,
one of my favorite albums, man.
what's your favorite record off of that album?
Man, I don't. That's why I was. Um, that's why I'm telling you that that's one of my favorite albums, because that's an album that me personally, and I'm very picky. I don't skip the album.
Nah, that's dope.
I
That's dope. That's
don't skip the album. And I got personal music. I got personal albums that I be like, also, ese tema fue un relleno. Eso fue
yeah.
relleno. Eso fue relleno. Certain people, it's like their piece of cake, but to me, you know how we are as the MCs. Uno se
Word,
pone un
word.
poquito, uno se pone un poquito como medio exigente, if you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
call it.
I feel that for sure.
So,
Yeah, I want to send a quick shout out to the homie Ren Bias from Indiana. Dope photographer, dope videographer, a lot of talent, bro. He works on clothing too, designs, hella dope material too. So shout out to the homie. Word.
salud, Mr. Bias. I also want to give a shout out que veo en línea a YC Cedeño, uh, one of the followers. También mandarle un saludo. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Yo, one of the another thing that honestly that like a moment that I won't forget is when you announced us at a show that we did over in what was it, BB King's? BB King's
You
or
was a BB
SOB?
King?
I, was it BB King's or some shit? It was if I'm not mistaken, it was a
Well,
Vida Urbana
did,
event.
well, I did both. I did BB King and SOB, so I'm trying to figure it out what it was.
So you announced us at one show, right? And I remember that you announced us. I came on, I did a quick acapella. I think I might have spit like 4 bars. And then right after that bar, I had the DJ drop the beat.
That was SOBs, and it wasn't Vida Urbana. It was Urban Legend, Claudia.
It was with Claudia?
I think so. It was that was SOBs. I think that person. No, 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 no. You right. It was Vida Urbana. It was Vida
Who
Urbana, and it wasn't SOBs. It was somewhere in downtown around Houston Street.
I think so.
the
Something like
stage was
that.
kind of the
Yeah,
stage
yeah,
was
yeah,
kind of high.
yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
hosting
yeah.
that night.
And the
Yeah.
audio system was fucking dope.
Yes,
You
yes, yes,
know,
yes, yes, yes.
that's
I remember.
these guys. Damn, what are they called? Um, that the one dude is it's a DJ, and then there's an MC. Or both of them are MCs, but one of them DJs. Mexican cats. El Gallo, I think, is one of their names. It's two dudes.
I don't.
I can't.
I don't remember the main event, but I remember me introducing to you guys just because besides me, there was another girl. I think her name was Mabel, and she was co-hosting with me. And I remember us splitting the presentations, and I was like, also, okay, I'm gonna take this guy, which is El Imperio, somebody else, and I was like, also, I'm gonna introduce my people, and I'm gonna let y'all know how we do it here in New York. And I remember me introducing to you guys.
And you did the like the hip hop history, which I found very dope too. Which I remember that's one of that I was like, yo, like mad respect for that because like no other host was doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that was
Right,
hella dope too.
right.
For people to get in tune,
So
yeah,
we're talking about that was probably like 8 years ago, maybe.
it's been a minute. It's been a
A
minute
minute.
for sure. And and
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, like I find it like hella dope that you've still been putting out material. Like it seems like you're like almost like brand new to it. You know what I'm saying? And you're like hungry putting out material. And it's like it almost seems like every time you're like leveling up where, you know, you know, not only are you putting out like singles, like you have a bunch of material, a bunch of singles, but now then you have like this album that we were just mentioning. Um, how many tracks is on this album? Like it's like a solid
En el
17 tracks or something.
en el Poeta de los MCs Mudos, I got 13 tracks.
Yeah, it's like a full length album, which a lot of people are not even putting out anymore. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's
they
hella
don't.
dope that you know you're putting out material like that. And I mean, what's your take on the underground hip hop scene in New York right now? Like, what's your take on it?
Oh man, um, it's it's not what it was. Um, when I say that it's not what it was, is that mm, we don't have as many events as we used to have. I guess la pandemia kind of hit us just because we was indoors for a lot of time, for a lot of years. It was for what, almost 4 years, right? 5 years is gonna be. Well, it's done already. But
Yeah,
I think it kind of hit um our movement because we underground and we didn't see it grow at that particular time when the pandemic struck out. There was no new generation around. Now, in these past few years, I've seen a lot of new faces to the shows that I'm that I'm attending, and there's not a lot of shows. Like once again, like well, shout out to Cardona. He has a show today. I was supposed to showed up, and then like compromisos.
yeah,
And La Conecta now in this particular time, they host a few shows. Like I think in the past 3 months or 4 months, they've been consistent, like monthly or every 2 months coming out with a show. So that's pretty good.
yeah.
Um, I think a lot of new faces. There's a lot of new faces, which makes me feel good just because I wasn't a believe when they reopened after the pandemic. Let's say like 2 years ago when they started making shows. Like um, I didn't see a lot of us. I did see a few of us, but I wasn't seeing new faces. And I really like to see in our movement new faces because when you don't see new faces, that means that the movement that we in it's
Mm.
dying.
Yeah,
So when I see new faces, when I see young and like when I go to shows right now, I'm the old cat though. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
when I say the old cat, meaning as far as age, because I can go out and still rapping with anybody. Okay, so I still so updated. Okay,
Yeah, 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 I
let's
feel you.
let's not get let's not get it twisted. But like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm that old cat, like I'm some, I ain't trying to stay into 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can do
yeah,
that. I ain't jumping on the train or nothing like that. Like if I'm not on my week, I'm just, I'm gonna Uber that shit. You know,
yeah. Word, word, yeah.
no, no,
What?
10, 12, 15 years ago, yeah, it was cool to jump on the train with the homies, after the show, but can do that. I need my
Word,
sleep, man.
word. I feel that. What's one thing that, from a consumer standpoint, right, with the local events that happen in the underground hip hop scene in New York, what's what's like one of the main things that you think could be done differently so that the movement can progress a little bit more?
But that's a great question, man. So uh, that's a great question, and I believe I have a great answer. When it comes to New York, I don't know if you see me promoting always, even though I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican, you don't see me promoting the Spanish hip hop from my motherlands. I don't know if you know this, well, you know this because I'm about to tell you right now, but that's something that you, not only you,
Yeah,
uh, whoever's from New York, know that I always been pushing heavy that rap New Yorkino, rap New
yeah,
Yorkino. Esto es rap New Yorkino. Every single video that I do was skits because I don't know if you be checking my page that I be doing a lot of skits called rap New
yeah,
Yorkino, la
yeah.
serie. Where I be walking around New York and just filming myself, playing my music in the back. So I believe, um, like we as a community here, as an underground Spanish hip hop community, we don't know how strong we are just because, and can I really blame nobody? That's why I'm trying to keep doing that rap New Yorkino and always every time that I go to shows be like, yo, every time that you put a track, if you live in New York, put the hashtag rap New Yorkino. So it starts spreading around. And people doesn't do it on purpose. But you as Mexican Americans, me as Dominican, Puerto Rican American, um, we made to sometimes just rap for our people, you know.
Mm,
But
yeah,
if you really think, but if you really think about it, you're from Brooklyn, I'm from the Bronx. Whatever connect us was rap en español. If we
yeah,
can actually form a little community, whether you as Mexicans or I got, let's say, Calle Cardona's Colombians, and I got the dudes from the hardcore corp, which is Ecuadorian and Peruvian. If we all get together and we promote that rap New Yorkino, that shit would expand everywhere because I mean, it's like you bringing your people, I'm bringing my people, and I'm when I say my people, I'm talking about background,
yeah,
culture wise, and it's like also we actually whoever's living here for more than 10 years, you got to be promoting top New Yorkino, man, because
yeah,
hey, if you're here for more than 20 years and you rapping for Mexicans, nothing, don't que no me saquen de contexto, but
yeah.
you send your music over there, they're not gonna listen to you. You know how many you know how many Mexican rappers is in Mexico?
There's a lot. It's a lot.
You know? Do
Yeah,
you think they're gonna pay money to my music and PR when DR? That's a bunch of rappers over there. Now, if we start making noise from over here, remember, if you make it in New York, you can make it everywhere. Yeah. I don't know if you heard about this crew. It was a salsa crew called back in December. It's called La Fania Records.
nah,
Well, La Fania Records was an orchestra. It was salsa, and they had Pacheco, Hector Lavoe, Ruben Blade, and they were all from different nationalities. And when that shit exploded, scooter, it was like on zone everywhere. So imagine if we all get together here and we push that rap New Yorkino, rap New Yorkino, and we make our own community here. We make our
Yeah,
own media.
yeah, 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 yeah. Why do you think it is that like? Because I know for a minute there was a few people that were doing radio shows, you know what I'm saying, things like that. Why do you think it is that they didn't continue, or like, do you think it's lack of support from the own like our own people that follow hip hop?
I think so. I think so, definitely. Plus, I a lot of people, a lot of outsiders like to call us overrated. Like New York is not what's supposed to be. That's why I
Yeah,
like to rep New York hard because I feel like, also, yeah, I'm repping New York hard and I'm nice. But a lot of material coming out of New York when it comes to rap in Spanish is, I ain't trying to diss, you know what I'm saying? But like, there's just a few here doing really, really dope shit.
I agree with you. I agree with you because not everyone could be a winner. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone could go. You know what I'm saying? And
And
that go ahead,
and
go
then at
ahead.
the same time, that's giving us a bad name because people, the outsiders be like, "Oh, God, you from New York, you from the Mecca, you don't even not nice like that. So why you screaming? I'm from New York, I'm from New York, and you're not even that nice."
I don't know. I like to think that I'm nice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You're nice.
I know you nice.
You know, we all nice. I mean, we're both nice. You know what I'm saying? Um, with that being said, you actually have a record that's titled also something like that to that effect, right? Like he's so nice or something to that effect.
He nice.
Talk to us about that record because I've had the opportunity to catch you live performing that record, and that's a good opener. That's a good definitely a good record where you involve the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So like, talk to us a little bit about that record. Like, how did that record come about?
Well, that was actually the single of El Poeta de los Encismudos. He nice was the singles. He nice. There was a few singles from that project, and He Nice was like the first single, and then the
Yeah,
second single was Hambriento por un micrófono. But He Nice is like I like to call He Nice. I like to call He Nice like an an underground classic track in Spanish, if you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I like to believe that track has that feeling. I like to believe that the beat, the rhymes hicieron un tremendo casamiento, se casaron unas con otras, beat and the rhymes, and that's one of my actually my and to this day as that track is still on my rotation when it comes to performing.
it's a good one. It's a classic joint right there.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much. Very much respect, bro.
Yeah,
It's,
man.
it's a
That's one of those for sure.
it's a fan favor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely. Have you ever considered putting out some merch?
I thought about it, but you know what? That's a lot of work, man. It's
It is.
easy. It's easy nowadays, but um, it is a lot of work. But you know what? Um, no me quiero morir sin hacerlo.
You have to. You have to. Um, I mean, we could definitely chop it up. You know what I'm saying after the interview. But there's definitely something that's in the works where I want to be able to um, help people make their merch. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
That's a whole other project that's in the works, but we could definitely chop it up as I'm building it. You know, I'll chop it up with you. I'll fill you in to exactly what it is, and something that I think for someone that's been putting in the amount of work you've been putting in, I think it's well deserved like for you to have merch that symbolizes ambush and Joven Lavoe. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think anyone that has followed the underground rap scene in New York, Spanish rap scene in New York, um, they can all relate to what I'm saying, because I think you've been almost like at every event when it came down to performing. You were always the one there. You know what I'm saying, from the beginning. Um, does that make you feel at any point like does it does it make you like unmotivated to see how much the scene has not progressed and how long you've been in it? Does it make you like not want to do hip hop?
You know what? I was having mixed feelings, man. I was just thinking about that this past days, if you want to call it like, it's kind of sad, but like
Yeah.
my heart, it's not in it as as much as I would love to be in it. It's like I don't want to call it this way, but it's like I'm not feeling it the way I used to it.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm getting tired. I don't know if it's because um um I don't find motivation as many motivation as I used to find before. But nevertheless, this is a premiere. Um, Nobody knows this. Well, they're about to find out right now just because of this
Exclusive.
little chat that we having right now. Um, um, I got I got three projects coming out in this year, and I'm not gonna wait like on some like, well, let me drop this album this year, and next year I'm gonna drop another. No, I got three albums ready, and I'm gonna drop those albums, man. And one of the saddest thing about making music nowadays is that music gets old really quick, man. I remember when you used to make a track or one album, the album used to last like at least a good year, man.
Yeah.
And now whatever happened of you recording a nice track and just downloading that shit to YouTube and people start looking for it just to listen to it. People know everything is all now, and if you don't have a visual for your track, nobody wants to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it. I was like, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna get caught up in that shit. I got three projects over there. I might make, I'm gonna take it old school. I remember back in the days when I was a kid that when every MC used to come out with an album, there was only one video for each album.
Word. That one
That's what
hit single. Yeah.
that's it. So I'm gonna keep it old school, man. I got three projects coming out. I'm gonna hold up on the names to it, but this is a premiere. Nobody knows this. I
Yep.
got three projects set up already right now, and what I'm gonna tell you is that each one is probably like um 10 joints. Each one are probably like 12 and 11. But I got some nice shit coming up. That's all I'm gonna
On
tell
each
you, bro. I
one?
got some uh, on
On,
each one. Yeah,
damn. That's a good solid 30 plus records that are gonna be. Okay,
yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
I got I got like three projects, and that's not counting the whatever tracks didn't make it to the albums. You know, and then it's gonna end up being probably singles. But and this year, man, even if I don't do a lot of shows, I'm gonna be a lot of busy. But that's gonna be as far as music. I'm just trying to keep my catalog big, man, and lo único que uno deja atrás son las huellas, man. You know, when I stop rapping, I just want to be like some whoever type I mean, be like also go. He put some work.
Yeah. If there was anything that you had to say to the promoters from New York, what would be, from an artist standpoint, what would be the one thing that you would tell all promoters from New York that organize events?
Well, at this particular time, all I can tell the promoters is thank you, man, because whoever but you. at one point you was a promoter because you have done everything. Tú eres un utility. Tú has hecho, you're an entrepreneur. You fit that category. Porque aparte de rapear, tú has hecho merch, tienes el Imperio TV, uh, tú has hecho eventos. So you know how difficult it is for each and every promoter to put an event together. And a lot of people don't see that in the back. They don't see the story in the back. So sometimes that's why I don't I don't I don't like to criticize when people be like, "Oh, so yo, I don't like to go to these events because they don't pay and stuff like that, bro." Yo, sometimes the promoters are losing money, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know, sometimes the promoter when it comes to an engineer sound, get a DJ, um, you need to understand, man. And you as an artist, I understand that you need to make your needs, but you can be charging like $1,000 to people just to show up. Certain places
Yeah.
that ain't like that. Though. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why a lot of promoters still love to deal with me because um, a la misma vez uno no quiere que le tomen el pelo tampoco. Pero ahora mismo yo sí te puedo decir que yo soy el ejemplo vivo de that I'm doing this shit for the love because everything I do it's I I I I invest in my music. I'm everything that you see about me is out of my package. If you see me in
Yeah.
the show, it's not because they pay me, bro. It's because Ambush, can you I be like also, yo, if I got the time, count on me. And nobody, no promoter here in New York can tell me that they be like also, yo, Ambush can do that. No, no, if I can do it, I'm gonna do it, bro. Straight up and
Yeah.
down. But then at the same time, all I can tell to all those promoters is thank you because at least we have a platform.
Yeah. 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 I think you know what? Like if there was something that if I had to say, right, from an artist standpoint, because like you mentioned, like I've done events myself, so I know what it takes to organize an event. So I've been on both sides of the coin, right? But if I
Mhm.
had to say something as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you're an artist, I'm an artist, right? So from an artist perspective, like honestly, like I definitely a thank you, up front, right? But definitely if I had to say something, I would say to a promoter to believe a little bit more in the local talent. You know what I'm saying? Like don't think or don't look so much outside of your home. You know what I'm saying? When you not only are you organizing an event from, you know, the one of the hottest cities in the world, right? Everyone wants to come to New York. Everyone wants to, live the city life, and everyone wants to, visit Times Square and then, go to, all the historic places of where hip hop started. Biggie Smalls' building, and like I could go on. You know what I'm saying? As we all know, it's the Mecca.
That's
But
probably right.
I would tell the promoter, stop looking so much outside of your home. You know what I'm saying? If
That's a
if you don't have
great point.
if you don't have a solid foundation, which in this case would be your home, you know what I'm saying? You can't expect everything else to get bigger. You get what I'm saying?
Right about that, man. You nail it.
From
You
an artist
nail it.
perspective, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would say, to believe more in the local talent that you have right at home, bro, because there's a lot of dope motherfuckers that are right there, you
A
know what I'm
lot
saying?
of, we have a lot of dope motherfuckers in this place, man.
I'm telling you, and that's probably one of the saddest things that I witnessed, that promoters would much rather, pay someone outside to come perform, and it'll be it's been talent that not everyone is familiar with their music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I've witnessed where they'll pay a talent to come out to perform, another country, another state, whatever it might be, right? And then there will be more audience for an act that's straight from that city. Local talent will have a bigger audience than the dude that they paid to come out from God knows where.
Mm-hmm.
You
I've
know what I'm
witnessed
saying?
that a lot of times too.
And I've gotten the chance to witness it. That's why I say it from an artist perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Now
Gotcha.
from
Know. I don't know how many. I don't know how many times I got up on that stage, man, and I got a better reaction from the crowd than the main cat.
I'm telling you, bro. Like I got to witness it. You know what I'm saying? And on the flip coin, from a promoter standpoint, 100%, chances are you're gonna lose money because not everyone wants to let you borrow their lights, their DJ or audio equipment. All that shit costs bread. We all know that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And you can't let someone borrow something that you're gonna need right back, because God knows how you're gonna get it back. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? So I get the standpoint that you're gonna lose as a promoter. Chances are you're gonna lose because, I mean, I've lost. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, yeah, the money is nice when it comes in, right? But at the end of the day, like, why do I do this shit? Like, why do you see all of this back here? And you know what I'm saying? If I were to show you here, like, I got a music studio. I got like a section, a lounge section. I got the section where I got my sponsors, merch. You know what I'm saying? And this is just like a small portion of what my podcast set is. But it's like, at the end of the day, I do it because this is what I love to do.
Amen to that.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, the money's gonna come in, but I'm not chasing $100. I'm not after a couple $100. Like, let let
Yeah.
let let's wait till we get to the bigger bag, and then that's when we're gonna start pulling in, and then it's just gonna flow like water. You know what I'm saying? And I think from a promoter standpoint, you have to lose some to win some.
You do.
You know what
Definitely.
I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah, maybe the first event, first event, second event, third event, maybe even up to the fifth, 10th event. Maybe I might not make money,
Mm-hmm.
but every time after every event, guaranteed there's going to be a new person that showed up to this event that wasn't at the last event, but decided
Mm-hmm.
to show up to this one because they heard about the last one.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But now,
Gotcha.
now we're building the community that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
now there's more people involved,
For sure.
and
For
now
sure.
the
Great
promoter
points.
wins when he makes that 15th event. Now he's gonna be in the winning because now all those people that showed up for the first 10 events are gonna come through right back, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, I'm gonna go to ambush event because his events be fucking fire."
Yeah. They believe in the local talent.
Now we would be able to be at a point where now you charge at the door, or now you charge, $5 more at the door. You get what I'm saying? Like, now there's
Mm-hmm.
more ways to capitalize, which I think from a promoter standpoint, maybe not everyone thinks like that.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You
You're right
know,
about that.
so I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, I lived in New York my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I lived in New York my whole life. I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of people, a lot of great people, and a lot of shitty people. You know what I'm saying? But overall, like, I've managed to learn a little bit of something from everyone that I've had the chance to meet, where it shows me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like yourself, bro, that you're like a hip hop historian. Like, you know a lot about the hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't even realize that. You know what I'm saying? You've been in the game for how long? You put out how many records? But then tell me how many people actually, you know what I'm saying, pay that respect forward.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? And
for
I think
sure.
maybe that's a big factor that I think New York lacks, right? And
Lack, lacks of respect, man, for
yeah,
the for whatever you have put on them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, and then also the consumer, they don't realize, like, imagine how many records you put out, bro. How many studio sessions you had to pay for? How many promo covers you had to get made? How many music videos you had to, buy outfits for?
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a little that's a little fortune, man.
yo, it's crazy, bro, and
I
people don't realize.
I put People don't realize that, man. People don't realize that at all, man. I put so much money in my into my career, to what I do, that I believe I already bought like two houses, bro.
Telling you, I remember you one time you posted something about like a royalty check or something, like from ASCAP
Hmm.
or BMI, and I don't remember which one. But the point
It
is
was
that you
Asca.
you posted a picture of a royalty check or something, right? And when I
Hmm.
seen that, when I seen it, I was like, nice, like, you know what I'm saying? Because not everyone is showing that, like, yo, get your shit right. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got your publishing. Make sure you own all your shit. But
Hmm.
someone someone that's starting, like they won't know things like that. You know what I'm saying?
They
Or they'll
don't.
just,
They
you know,
don't. They
what
don't know
what's a
the
piece of
they don't know
what's a
the
piece of
narrative.
advice? What's a piece of advice you would give for like an up and coming artist, like from like today's age?
Well, today's age is much easier than when we was coming up,
Yeah,
because when we was
true.
coming up, it was easier for anybody with a few bucks just to sell us that dream.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
now, right now, these young kids without iPhone 16, they can do wonders. You can you can actually even record now on your phone. You can have your own studio connected in your phone nowadays. And
yeah,
there's a downside. There's pros and there's cons. But nowadays, you really don't need. You might need. And I hate to believe too when people be like, "Oh, you don't need a record label." Sometimes even at this point, if you can have a push up a major record label, is good, because okay, I know that you can put your music in all the plataformas digitales,
yeah,
but not you by your damn self ain't gonna push that harder than Sunny.
yeah. Nah, 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 nah. That's a
No,
fact.
la narrativa, la narrativa es que si tú vas a firmar un contrato with a major record label, you need to believe, or you have to believe, or you have to be ready to, you need to be prepared to know that you're gonna be, I'm not gonna call a slave, but you need to believe, or you need to come to senses that those few first records, that shit is not gonna belong to you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's very
So,
true.
so, um, are you a studio rapper, or not a rapper? Are you a studio artist, or are you a really artist? Because sometimes when your pen is unstoppable, or you know that you have an unexpired pen, you're really not gonna matter if you
Yeah,
miss, if you lose two or three albums, because down the road you'll be like, oh, so I'm gonna get that shit,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Nah, for sure.
now right nowadays, I mean, you don't, if you really think about it, there's um, people has lost um has lost a lot of respect for music, man. Nowadays, you don't even have real artists. Whoever's making music right now, and now is when I blame the record labels, because record labels, they're not behind real artists right now. They're just looking at the numbers nowadays. You're just looking at a kid that is on Instagram. That kid got 10 million followers. Well, he's not an artist. Well, yeah, you got to record because you got 10 million followers.
Yeah, yeah.
So any influencers nowadays is a rap artist or is an artist, period.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's that's the down south right there. As far as what to do nowadays, it's much easier for you to own your own masters. Or it was difficult when we was coming out to earn your own masters because we didn't
Yeah,
know the game like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so I
I got a
so
crazy
so
story. Okay, so look, I don't mean to cut you short, right? I don't mean to cut you. I don't
I
mean
don't
to
know.
cut you off. But
I don't know.
Instagram is gonna kick me off as soon as you hit the 1 hour mark. It kicks you off. So what we
I
could do
feel you.
is we could close this one. I'll open up another one, and if you got time, I got time. We could continue on with the combo. Up to you.
Might not be today, man. I gotta wake up early,
You gotta
bro.
wake up early, no doubt. So yo, check
Yeah.
it out, bro.
But
Real quick before we get kicked out.
we can always do a second part, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now for sure, for sure. Let's do the second part because, bro, there's so much that we could cover. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, you see that you look up on my name and on Spotify one real quick before the hour mark.
Yeah.
This kids for this new kids, you need to get your own beats, man. Buy your own beats. You gotta
Word.
buy your own beats, man.
Own them
Buy your
shits.
own beats, man. Own them shits. Make sure that you
Own the
make sure that
stems.
copyright copyright your lyrics. And today nowadays is easier just because the only thing that you need is that day when you recorded at the studio and it's already on the computer. That's your
That's a fact.
masters.
That's a fact.
I own my masters. I own my masters. You see, you told me that you look on Spotify. You see how many tracks I have.
Yeah.
I, I own my masters, bro.
That's fire. That's fire, bro. I think there's definitely a lot that a lot of up and coming artists can learn from you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just from one artist paying respect to another artist. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's a lot of knowledge that you and I have that we can definitely school the next ones coming up. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, and that's what we're here for because what we want from them is to go to the shorter road. We will have to. Nosotros tuvimos que ir por el camino más largo.
Word. And we still here.
We're still here.
We still here. We rocking out. You know what I'm saying? But yo,
Don't
I
get
won't
it.
take up. I won't take up any more of your time. Yo, Ambush, it's been a pleasure seeing you again, brother. It's dope. It's dope. To be able to chop it up with you on a hip hop level. On a personal level too. So, yo, respect, brother.
I respect, man. I got nothing but respect for you and your crew, man, because you always show respect to this man.
Word.
And thank you once again for the invitation, man. I really appreciate you, man.
No doubt, bro. You already know whenever you got something to promote, you already know we could use this platform. This is what the platform is for, you know what I'm saying, to showcase other talent, and definitely whenever you got any project, you could count on me. If anything you got, happening, send it my way and then I'll send it out through my avenues and then next time I touch down in New York, bro, I'm gonna make sure to stop by to chop it up with you in person.
You do that, my brother. And I really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much for the bottom of my heart.
No doubt, my brother. You already know. You already know. All love on this side. And yeah, y'all, it's the Kid Stranger, El Imperio Records, El Imperio TV. This is Ambush, it's Joven Lavoe, and we fucking out.
Pieces.
Peace.